Hello from Creative Solace Studios. I'm Kathleen Arola-Johnson. In this episode of 5 supplies in 5 minutes on this journal page, I have assembled some supplies that I would like to share with you. Throughout the first half of this book, there's a lot of paint and abstract pictures. I thought we needed to do something drawing on this page. It's not real technical drawing. In fact, we're going to use our non-dominant hand, which means that I usually write with my right hand. So for this, I'm using my left hand. The idea there is to tap into the part of my brain that is visually, spatially oriented and not as analytical when I'm drawing, especially when it's a short time limit. So no pressure to get it realistic. We're still going for abstract, even though we're doing some drawing today. The 5 supplies for today are some background papers and a black pen. The black marker that I'll be using is Posca. I am not entirely certain which papers I'm going to be using, so I will put them in the description of this when I'm making the video, but the one that I'm sure of is this one. It's a magazine page from National Geographic. I believe that's a fish fossil, and I have coated it. I used it for the rest of it for a different project, and I have coated it with some clear gesso so it's not as shiny or slippery slick as a typical magazine page. It has some tooth, some grit to it when I put my marker on it. The page that we'll be working on is a smaller version because the page before this one, I did some tearing around the edges. So these are our 2 supplies for sure, the black marker and the magazine page. The other options that I have over here are neutral tones and skin tones, since I'm doing a face, and I've also got a couple accent colors. So there are scrapbook papers. There is a little bit of handmade fiber paper. This is a shopping bag. Here's scrapbook paper with some texture to it, some sheen to it. And this one is some kind of a transparency paper. And this one is actually from a greeting card. I just liked how that color looked with it. So what I'm saying is I'll decide these as we go along. We might use a scissors or we might not. So relax. No pressure about using the hand that you're not used to drawing with, and no pressure about getting anything realistic here. We're going for the gestures, the movements, the shapes of a face. I am going to tear this background paper, my main background paper, smaller, so it will fit onto the white paper of the book. I'm not trying to tear it into the shape of a face. I was just trying to tear it into something round to go on the background and gluing it on. I'm shaking up the Posca to prime it, and automatically I'm holding it in my right hand. Reminding myself that we're going with the left. You know what? I'm not going to start with the outside of the face because I am not entirely confident about what my hand, non-dominant hand, will be doing for the face. So I'm starting with the features. So then I can put the shape of the head around it and generally have the features fit in it. Another option for this would be to do a blind contour where you are using your usual drawing hand, but you're not looking at the paper. It is okay to have features a little bit wobbly or wonky. I'm feeling like putting an ear in there. I'm going to stop there for a minute. The time is halfway through. Now I'm looking at these extra papers that I have to choose from. I'm liking the light tones in this one because this paper is pretty dark. I'm liking the shine over here. And I did like pulling out this green because I see that same pattern showing it through from our previous page. So I have 1 supply, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna glue these on while I'm thinking of my 5th supply. Sometimes it can be tricky to get things glued in place when you have set them on top of each other. So I glued them together first, and now I'm gluing down the whole thing. Last one. Do I want some of that red? I want some of this black. I'm gonna turn this off with 1 second to spare. I grabbed my old standby, the Stickles glitter glue, and I'm using this for the 5th supply. 1 is magazine, 2 is marker, 3 is scrapbook paper, 4 is textured or glossy, shiny scrapbook paper, and 5 is going to be this glitter glue, but I was gonna put it over here, but I'm not. I'm going over here. Those are the 5 supplies that have come together to make this art journal page. And my last choice is, do I want to smear the glitter glue? I'm gonna leave it like it is because it references the vertical scrapbook papers in the page behind it. Thank you for joining me today, and have fun with whatever you create.